If you were wondering, Jack, what will your content be like after you graduate from university? Well, this is it. Ta-da!
On tonight's program, ladies and gentlemen, we have something that's going to make you sick.
Today we are going to be tasting unique flavors of hummus. I went to one of those quirky organic food shops and basically just bought every flavor of hummus that they had on offer. You know, it was the kind of place where if you didn't bring your own tote bag, people would look down on you. So we have a real selection. We are in for a treat because I really said go hard or go home. This one doesn't even have a label. How fun is that? However, I thought that since you can't actually taste what I am tasting in front of me, I would also use this opportunity to answer some frequently asked questions. So I headed over to my Instagram story and asked what you guys wanted to know, you nosy little things. And honestly, it's just gonna be a really nice time. I genuinely don't care if anyone watches this video because I'm gonna have fun. I'm gonna have a really lovely evening. We're gonna start with the classic. This is chickpea velvet hummus. This is going to be silky smooth as it enters into my body. And the first question is, what is your dream job? I would say that my dream job would be to be like a TV presenter, host educational, informative travel documentaries. That's the dream. Basically what I'm saying is Joanna Lumley is the blueprint. Actually, the first time I ever went to visit Durham University for the open day, my mum and I got kicked out of Durham Cathedral because we were walking around pretending to be Joanna Lumley. That is so nice. Wow, when they said velvet, they were not messing around. That's the whole entire fabric shop. Bloody hell, that's delicious. Right, listen, the bar has been set, and that bar is not a Wetherspoons, it's a fancy cocktail bar in Soho. The bar is so high, it's like having a pint at the top of the Shard. Was I telling a story? Oh yeah. So my mum and I were just walking around the cathedral being like, splendid, marvelous, isn't it fabulous, darling? Turns out there was a service happening, so we were asked to leave. Okay, we're going to move on to hummus number 2. This is by a brand called Pulse, and it's lentil hummus rather than chickpea, and it's caramelized garlic. Now, I've had caramelized onion hummus, and that's actually my favorite flavor of hummus. Wow, we're learning so much about each other today, aren't we? And so I'm very intrigued to try this one. First thoughts are it looks fucking vile, but it has been in the fridge for a while, so I'm just gonna mix that up a little bit. And time for another question. The question is, what is the worst book you've read this year? Probably all of the YouTuber ones that I read for those videos. And aside from that, I can't think of anything that sticks out to me as like the worst book. There must have been something that I read in February that was just rubbish, but February feels like about 10 years ago. I feel like I've aged a decade during lockdown, so who knows? What is your opinion on cancel culture? Let's try this first and then I'll decide whether I believe in cancelling things. Where is the flavor? That was kind of like a non-event. You know, it had so many different things going on. It had so many different opportunities and avenues to succeed, and it felt a little bit flat for me. Kind of like my graduation. Expected it to be great, but it just didn't happen for me. Okay, cancel culture, let's think. So I think there's quite a fundamental difference between a public figure who has a huge platform, a huge following, being actively like anti-Semitic, transphobic, homophobic, racist. It is dangerous, I suppose, to give those people a platform. And because of that platform they have, it is quite important to spread the message around and make sure people know that they have these problematic, controversial views, which, you know, shouldn't influence you to feel the same way as they do, just because you respect their music or the books they've written. And I think it's important for us to have those dialogues. However, he says, pointing his carrot stick at you menacingly, I think that there is a fundamental difference between cancelling people because their views are quite oppressive, discriminatory, born from a place of privilege, and a culture of nitpicking. And I think that during this pandemic, especially, we've become very pedantic, and it's because of frustration, you know, we're all frustrated, but, you know, calling people out for things like wearing their mask upside down seems so silly and petty. There seems to be this attitude and atmosphere of like, if you're not perfect, you're not trying hard enough. And I think that's where it gets, you know, a little bit overwhelming and unnecessary, because it is important to give each other room to maneuver and make mistakes and learn from them and grow and change opinions based on new knowledge, because that's how we just become better people, I guess. Anyway, on with the next hummus, and it is lemon and dill. No big deal. Call me ignorant, counsel me if you need to, but I honestly have no idea what dill is. Lemon, I am aware of her work, and I can't really imagine lemon hummus, so... Oh, it does indeed smell lemony. Oh, I'm giving the pitta no attention. I'm sorry, sweetheart. Wow. Oh my god, I love that. It tastes like something, but I can't put my finger on it. Kind of like pot noodle? Is that really dumb? Honestly, chef kiss. Next question. Are you religious or hold to a particular faith? Personally, I don't really subscribe to a particular religion, and I do think sometimes organized religion can actually make some people view the world in a very rigid black and white way. But can you learn a lot from religious scripture, from religious teachings, from going to a service or a ceremony or observing some kind of tradition? Absolutely, yes you can. Religion helps people understand a really confusing, crazy world. You know, when I was at university, I studied Greek mythology and Nordic mythology, and it was so fascinating, and it just proves that these ideas and wanting to believe in a higher power is something that has gone on since the dawn of time, really. I don't know why you would ever judge someone for being religious. Everyone has their own reasons for why they have faith and why they believe in certain things. Would I ever say there's no higher power or that idea is preposterous? Absolutely not. And again, that's something that could change throughout my life. I don't know. I just think you can never rule anything out. I'd rather just be totally open-minded. So now the next hummus has no label. I actually ordered chocolate and banana hummus because I thought it would be, in fact, that was the whole reason I decided to do this video. And then it arrived and they were like, oh, we actually ran out of that, so here's a sweet potato one, which I have to say is not the same thing, but I do love sweet potato, so I'm excited about this. You know what that tastes like? Sweet potato hummus. Like, I've never had sweet potato hummus before, but that just tastes exactly how it should. So yeah, I kind of love that. Next question. Why do you always wear that lock necklace? I honestly just bought it from Chain Enable and just thought it was cool. There is no further significance to it than that. I'm like a magpie, I'm just a whore for something shiny, and I just like the shape. I thought it looked cool. Are you still in a relationship? Yes, it's been 2 years now, that's crazy. Still very happy, still loving love. That's kind of gross, isn't it? I'm sorry about it. The relationship, I mean, not the sweet potato hummus. I would never say that about the sweet potato hummus. Next up we have carrot, ginger, and turmeric. Now, I can't think of anything worse than that. Now, I'm not a massive ginger fan, although I have seen Ed Sheeran at Wembley. But is this just gonna be carrot overload? That's pretty smooth, actually. It's not as overpowering as I thought it was gonna be. Yeah, no, I like it. By the way, my qualifications for doing this is that I was the social sec of Durham University Hummus Society. I'm also wearing a hummus t-shirt, so I'm pretty much an expert. Did you really think I was gonna go through this whole video without acknowledging that my t-shirt says hummus with pitta on it? Just chickpeas and love, baby. Speaking of pitta, maybe I should try this with pitta instead of just carrot on carrot on carrot on carrot on carrot. Carrot squared, you know? No, pretty much the same. Okay, beetroot and horseradish hummus normally would repulse me, but I actually had this by accident at a restaurant once, and it was divine. Like, I'm talking genuinely heavenly. We were talking about religion earlier, like if this was a faith, I would believe. Just as good as I remember it. That is sensational. That is awesome. Oh my god, I missed one. Sorry, dude. This one is Herbie Fully Loaded. It's Herbie hummus. However, it's kind of split, and also I'm just looking at the use by date, and it says used by the 22nd of December 2019. So you know what? Maybe you were better left over there. In fairness, I think the Earth's use by, or like best before date, was 2019. 2020 really came in like a wrecking ball, and it's been bizarre. So, I mean, we had a quick side fling with the Herbie hummus, but we're back. We're back for the full love affair with the beetroot. Let's get another question. Do you like Hamilton? Do I like Hamilton? I am obsessed with Hamilton. Master's application tips. You are barking up the wrong tree. Do student flats get as grim as the ones you see on TikTok? Yes, but way worse. How did you find an apartment in London? Honestly, this one was such a bargain. Because of the whole pandemic thing, I don't know if you've heard about it. Because of that, they really reduced how much rent we have to pay. So it's a really big space, and I love it, but it was actually much less than I thought I was gonna have to pay, so thank you, landlord Jez. Jezza is my dude. Loads of these just saying, are you still with your girlfriend? The answer is yes. Are you a virgin? No, I'm a Libra. What do you think about accounting as a profession? I mean, very much indifferent. Although there is that TikTok where they say, like, if anyone asks you what you do and you're in a creative industry, just say an accountant, because no one will ask you anything more about being an accountant, they'll just be impressed. So I think that is probably what I'll do forevermore. One of my dad's friends has a girlfriend who introduced herself to us as an accountant, and I just sat there thinking, but are you an accountant? I think that one specific TikTok has now made me question the integrity and the truthfulness of anyone who tells me they are an accountant. I hope you've seen the TikTok. If you haven't, this will make no sense to you. Who is your biggest style inspiration? Honestly, I think once you start just wearing whatever the hell you want, it's so much more liberating. I'm sitting here in a t-shirt that says hummus with pitta on it. I don't give a fuck. I really think take inspiration from loads of different places. You don't have to stick to one aesthetic. Just enjoy fashion. It's like an art form, isn't it? I don't want to go all Devil Wears Prada on you, but like, it is a big deal. I'm just checking my emails to see what flavor this hummus is because I really can't tell, and also it doesn't have a label on, so like, honestly clueless. Also, we don't have Wi-Fi in our flat yet, so it just won't load. So we're just gonna... I've got no clue, it just tastes like hummus. In which case, we have come to the final hummus of the evening. Oh, that's nice. This one definitely gets points for style. Now, it's just red pepper hummus, which I feel is pretty standard, but it's by a brand called Ramona's Heavenly Hummus, and I've never tried this brand, which is why I thought I'd get it. And I'm already very impressed. Ramona did what she had to do, and that is ethereal. I do not have the superlatives in my vocabulary to tell you how good that hummus is. That is awesome. To be fair, I can't believe out of all of the words I do have in my vocabulary, I chose awesome. But it's true. How to handle a hangover. Just keep drinking and then you'll just never get the hangover. That's actually terrible advice, don't take that. Oh, this is a good one. Would you rather suck Shrek's toes or be sat on by donkey? I mean, both of these are things I've thought about a lot. I'm gonna plead the fifth on that one. How do you feel right now? I feel a little bit lost in terms of like, I don't really know what the next phase of my life is going to entail, but sort of embracing the not knowing, the sort of the mystery of it all. Whatever happens, it'll be an experience and I'll make the most of it. But I would really like routine back. I feel like I haven't had structure in my life since March when I was still at uni, and that's tough actually. I feel like I'm such a creature of habit. And so for me, the biggest thing is I want to be part of a team, I want to be part of a project, I want to have a group of people around me who are all working towards the same thing. And YouTube can be a little bit isolating in that sense. Even though it's all built around community, it can be quite a lonely job sometimes. So yeah, I think I'm just tired of the next chapter pending. I'd like it to just be like happening, but still excited about the future. Next place you'd love to travel to. I was really hoping to travel to India and Japan in my gap year, but I just don't think it's gonna happen. It's not even really a gap year anymore because the world turned upside down. This question says, how much is too much hummus? The limit does not exist. Would you ever release more products? Yes, absolutely. I've got so many ideas bubbling away in this brain of mine. It's just about making them happen. Okay, so I think I'm gonna park it there because I've been talking for way too long. God knows what I've even spoken about, to be honest. I'm such an oversharer. I just naturally kind of like word vomit all over the place. So thank you very, very much for watching this video. If you got to this point, honestly, congratulations. Your patience is impeccable. I've been Jack Edwards. This has been my tasting hummus extravaganza. You can give this video a big, fat, juicy, voluptuous thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you're new, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.
In case I don't see ya, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.